The first cut of Tremors from 1990 was quite different than the film we all know. We now have access to deleted scenes, the original ending, and an alternate opening. Tremors co-creator Steve S.S. Wilson also has a YouTube channel where he's uploaded a ton of behind-the-scenes footage that wasn't seen in the movie. Today we're going to take a look at as much of the supplemental content for Tremors as we possibly can. Let's get into it. My first experience with Tremors was a random summer weekend in the 90s. My mother, who showed me the Terminator and Alien films, told me Tremors was on TV. I was like, I've never seen that. We ordered Pizza Hut, and I had my mind blown watching Kevin Bacon battle prehistoric underground worms. This is really the only great film in the franchise, and although there might be some watchability in some of the sequels, this one is in a class all its own. To help understand the deleted scenes, first let's talk about the early cut of the film and a bit about the production. Originally conceived as a script called Beneath Perfection, would also be titled Landshark and Dead Silence throughout production. During the initial test screenings, the original ending tested poorly, and we'll take a look at that footage later. This initial version also received an R rating for mostly language.
Shit. God damn it! Ass that won't quit!
I thought you'd call it your pecker.
And was cut down, with the film retaining the classic single, fuck.
Fuck you!
The music for the film was originally done by Ernest Troost, who assembled a temporary score for the preview cut. The filmmakers weren't exactly happy with the direction he was going, eventually hiring Robert Folk, who would compose a majority of what we hear in the film, and this led to some dispute between the two, which ended with Troost getting all the credit on the final film. Somewhere out there exists the work print or the preview cut, whatever you want to call it, of Tremors. I don't know what other additional scenes may or may not be included, but all the stuff in the deleted scenes, as far as I know, was in the work print. So let's take a look. First up is the original opening sequence. It's in 4:3 aspect ratio, as are all these scenes. A car pulls up, and Edgar, the guy who later dies on top of the tower, gets out of the car and meets up with Fred.
Strike that. Reverse it.
They exchange some vegetables.
Can't afford to give all those away.
Justine, look what Fred brought you.
After this, he's back at home, and he's hanging out with his donkey. He puts her away in the barn, and sure enough, she's taken by a graboid. Confused, he grabs his gun and starts walking. The theatrical opening where Val scares the crap out of Earl, and we immediately get into their shenanigans, is honestly a welcome improvement to this slower intro with Edgar and Fred. I do kind of like seeing the setup for Edgar, how he's ultimately discovered later in the film.
Well, shit. Can't leave him up there.
And I could see that as an argument for including it, but really, I like that it's a little more mysterious in the final cut. I like that we get to spend more time with Val and Earl. These characters are very different to the heroes of a film like Jaws, a scientist and a cop.
A murderer, man, a real psycho. He's cutting people's heads off.
These two are definitely some of the best blue-collar protagonists of any film. And I think I enjoy how that scene with them discovering him plays out without any additional context. The next deleted scene has Val and Earl in their truck, driving through rough terrain, while they rock, paper, scissors for Val to have a bite of the granola bar Earl is eating. While this isn't exactly plot-altering or anything, these are fun characters to hang out with. I don't care if they're battling underground worms or not. I would watch a buddy comedy with these two. So on one hand, I do really like seeing this scene, but I also wouldn't make any arguments that it should have been kept in the film.
Please do not talk to the driver.
In the next deleted scene, Val, Earl, and Rhonda pull up in Rhonda's truck. Earl is talking to her, trying to convince her that Val isn't a bad guy.
You know, Val went to that college. Yeah, for a whole year.
And maybe she should give him a chance.
But you know, once he settles down, and forgets all his cowboy stuff, he'll be one in a million.
Honestly, though, I can see why this might slow things down in the film. Sometimes when I watch these deleted scenes, I'm like, yeah, I get why you'd cut this. It kind of disrupts what was happening here. If you think about this from the perspective of, does this add anything to the film? Does it progress the story? And I would say this question could be answered either way. It really depends on how important you think this relationship dynamic is between Rhonda and Val. And ultimately, I'm going to point to the test screening, where in the original ending, Val and Rhonda do not kiss on screen. At these test screenings, they say people were yelling out for them to kiss near the end.
And the audience started chanting, "Kiss her, kiss her," and they were stomping their feet, and it was...
And the characters do not in fact kiss. And this led to the studio basically insisting that they change it.
So we went out and shot a new ending.
In the original version, they're driving away, and Earl is giving Val shit, and he's hyping him up in his own way.
You don't decide if you're worthless. She does.
If we're going to Bixby, could we please just go the hell to Bixby?
Earl pulls out a cigarette, looks for his lighter, and says,
Hey, I think that woman still has our lighter.
Val smiles and turns around to head back. This is where the movie ends, basically hinting that he's going to go turn around and pursue that relationship. But that wasn't good enough for test audiences. They wanted to see these two lock lips. The reshoot doesn't need to show this scene of them driving all the way out of town before turning around. This is just a good movie. No, a great movie. With either of these endings, honestly. Neither of them is particularly better than the other one. It seems more in character for Val to try to leave town, and for Earl to put him in his place and give him an excuse to go back for his lighter, because he knows Val. So if I had to pick, I would probably honestly go with the original ending. It's a little more original and unique. Now, both of them are very thematic and feel very much like movie endings. Tremors co-creator Steve S.S. Wilson also has a YouTube channel where he's uploaded a ton of behind-the-scenes footage that wasn't seen in the movie. There's some footage of himself and Brent Maddock, who I didn't know actually played cops at the end of the film.
We shot our big shot, and you know where this is going, it got cut.
Tom Woodruff and Alec Gillis also appeared as utility workers.
The ending of the movie, like the beginning, just played too slow.
And it turns out that Steve filmed a ton of this stuff on set. The Jeep trail mentioned in the film is shown in some of his footage.
The Jeep trail the characters talk so much about, and there was an early short scene where the Jeep got briefly stuck.
I just really like seeing this stuff, and it's all uploaded to his YouTube channel, which I've linked in the description, so go check it out.
The deleted scene with Kevin and Fred inside the Jeep is on the DVD extras.
He's got like 40 videos about it uploaded. I feel like I could do a sequel to this video where I go over that stuff, but I think I'd rather let you guys go over and explore it yourselves. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Love to hear from you.